Hi, and welcome to Grace by Faith Freedom Fridays. Today is Good Friday. It's Holy Week. When I was growing up, we didn't do a lot of Holy Week. We had like Good Friday and Resurrection Sunday. But you know, they all fancy now. They got a whole week. So, I wanted to just reintroduce myself. I'm Rose Shivers. And this channel was started because God's love just chased me down, y'all. And at first I rejected it because it's like, I know the me that you're trying to prove that you love, and I don't even like this version of me. Like, I know it's a lie that you cannot like this version of me. I don't want to be this version of me. And he's like, nope, I love you. If you change nothing, I love you. I got you. I got grace for you. I got mercy for you. I got good plans for you. And I'm like, dang, if God can love me, because like, y'all, I ain't easy, right? Like, I may have a smile on camera, but my words, I have perfected how to use my words to cause pain. And I ain't talking about pain you can pop a Tylenol for. I'm talking about pain that can make a person want to kill another person or kill themselves. Like, I weaponize words. It's my defense mechanism for rejection or abandonment or fear. And for 40 years, I have been practicing how to kill people with my words. And so I'm like, God, I don't know. Like, I'm reading your words, the word about how you love me, how grace and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. But like, I can't take you at that word because I know the me that you're talking to. Like, everybody else on Facebook and Instagram and their work and stuff, they may think they know me, but they don't know what you know about me. And God was like, nope. You, just right here, right now, today, I know behind the veil, and like, I still love you, and I love you so much that like, I'm gonna help you love yourself. So that's how this channel got started. But the next iteration of this channel, like, that was coming from a place of freedom. I was free. I was free to choose Christ because he had already chose me. Like, I was free. I wasn't bound by tradition or doctrine. Like, I could just be Rose because that was all God required of me. Just be you. That's you. If you never changed, I love you, girl. But this next iteration, God is inviting me to be whole. And I didn't even know I wasn't. I knew I was mean. I knew I was controlling. I knew I was defensive. But like, I thought I was ambitious. I was nurturing. I was intelligent. I was articulate. I felt like I was compassionate and had empathy for others. But I've come to find that I don't have a lot of that for myself or for my children or for my husband, the people who are closest to me. And God, in his infinite wisdom, said, like, I'm not changing anything else externally. This time, I'm changing you on the inside. So I'm in a very rocky place in my life, particularly in my marriage. And I kept praying, thinking God would change his mind, that he just fixed my husband, that he just fixed the things that I thought was wrong. And in his great design, he said, no, I'm gonna do that work in you. I'm gonna change you from the inside out. So what has that been like? It's been work. I go to see a therapist every week. And most of what we cover is unpacking my family systems, my core beliefs, my belief about myself. And then the healing of my inner child. The child that felt rejected when her father chose violence and drugs over her and ended up in prison. And I ended up unprotected and left alone. I ended up in a domestic violence shelter with my mom and brothers. And that rejection, while on one hand, in a Grace by Faith series, God showed me it was always my protection, and that 38-year-old version of Rose could receive it. The 5-year-old version of Rose has not. And so when I experience rejection, I flee back to the 5-year-old version of Rose, and I hurt and I'm triggered. And so we've begun to work on healing that Rose. And I just want you to know that, like, on this Good Friday, it was the greatest demonstration of love that humanity will ever have. There will be is none before, none after what Christ did on the cross for us. It also signified the worst depravity of men. His demonstration was so necessary because of the depravity of men. We were so far gone. And that is where I am in my life. It's so far gone. I've gotten so out of control that God is doing the ultimate demonstration again for me. And I invite you to think about that today. In your darkest moments, your most despair, know that that is when God shows up to do his biggest, grandest demonstration of love in your life. It's not when you're on the platform, and it's not when you're popular. It's when you're in the pit. It's when you don't see no way out. It's when you considering homicide or suicide. It's when the despair is so great that darkness feels like it is touching every corner of your life, that God, Jesus Christ, will show up and demonstrate his love for you. So what am I telling you? It ain't over. The same way they thought on today that it was over. He said, treat you 3 days. Then I'm going to raise with all power in my hands. Trust him. It's not over. The separation, the divorce, the financial hardships, the dropping out of school, the kids, the lost friendships, the low self-esteem. It ain't over. God says it's not over. He will do the greatest demonstration of love that you've ever seen in these dark times. I love you. God loves you more.